Hey, good morning. So I'm wearing the same outfit as I wore in that other shopping haul video because I'm shooting them obviously on the same day. Trying to maximize my time here so that I can get everything done. So today's video is going to be about what equipment am I using to do all my BBG work, everything that I've done over the last couple of months, where I store it more importantly, because I know that's a really common question for a lot of you. So let's start. So first of all, when I first started BBG, I didn't have any equipment and I didn't buy any extra equipment. I already had a yoga mat. Nope, I lied. I did buy one thing. I bought a skipping rope, and then I used just one of the kids' step stools that we have in the kitchen. So instead of going out, you know, I know that it says to use like a bench. You don't really need a bench, honestly. I mean, I guess it depends on how in shape you are, but I wasn't very in shape, so the step stool was fine, and if I was doing my workouts outside, I actually just used like the first step of my back porch. So that was for the first, I would say definitely the first 4 weeks, probably another 2 or 3 after that. And then I realized, you know, I needed a little bit of weight. So at that point, I had a pair of 5-pound dumbbells that I had from a neighbor. So I used those. The rest I didn't really buy anything until a little bit later on. So let's go, I'll show you what I have. For starters, this is where I do the majority of my workouts. Here. This is also where I store most of my equipment. If I don't do my workout here, then I will go on the porch sometimes and do some of my stuff there. All right, so equipment. Where do I store my equipment? Right there. Those are 2 bins of equipment, and under the couch as well. So under here I have all my equipment. I actually bought from Amazon, so I bought it online. I will make sure to link everything in, I'll link it below, and then I'll link it in my my blog post as well. I bought a Bosu ball because I needed it towards the end of BBG 1.0. The thing about it is, I think you can do without it. I am now on BBG 3.0 and we haven't used it again, and it's a little bit annoying because they're actually kind of expensive. So I would say don't buy a Bosu ball if you're planning on continuing with BBG 2 or 3. So I would just do the burpees without this thing. Honestly, you don't need it. But in case you really want to buy it, this is the one that I have. Again, I'll link it. The other thing that I bought is a stepper. This is the stepper I have. It does come with these attachments that make it a little bit, these things that make it higher. This again was heavily used in BBG 1.0. I used it 0% in BBG 2.0, but I'm starting to use it again now in BBG 3. This is for recovery. It's a foam roller. I use it a lot for my legs, actually, more than anything else. The only thing is I wish I'd bought the longer one, not the shorter one. I bought it because from a storage perspective, I don't have a lot of storage, but it's a little bit too small. So if you're going to buy the foam roller, and I would encourage you to buy one because it's really good for massaging out like lactic acid, for keeping your joints nice and loose and not getting it prevents injuries. So I would definitely get one of these. And the BBG those go underneath my couch. All right, what else do I have? So free weights. I also have 2 medicine balls. I started off using this 14-pound one, and then I just upgraded to the 18-pounder. You do need a medicine ball for almost every workout, so I would really encourage you to get one. They're, again, these are just from Amazon Basics. They're really great. They've held up great. Because I started lifting a little bit heavier weights, I noticed that I was getting calluses on my hands, so I bought these also on Amazon. These are my gloves. They have good grips. The nice thing about these gloves actually, and what I found super useful, is when I'm doing burpees as well, or any kind of exercises that requires me to be on my forearms, or my front hands, which is actually a lot. A lot of her exercises are for your arms. So the grips on these just keep you from sliding across the floor. Maybe if you're at a gym, you wouldn't maybe need them as much, but my carpet's slippery and these are actually great. The other thing I have in here is a kettlebell. There's kids' toys. These are the 5-pound weights. This is a kettlebell. In here I have 2 12-pound weights, and this is the skipping rope. I just bought it at Sport Chek. It's nothing fancy. Now in terms of how I store them, they just go into these fabric bags, and then I actually put throws on them like this. And then you can't tell they're in there, kind of. So for weights, the way that I do it, at the beginning, I try to take it easier. Obviously, I didn't use that much weight. I didn't really feel like I needed a lot of weight. But as I've gone on my exercises and I've gotten faster and, you know, my endurance has gone up, the weights are really necessary to make sure that I'm still progressing. And how do I know that I'm still progressing is, or how do I know when I need to upgrade to a weight? If I can do all of her exercises, this is my own measure, but if I can do all the reps of her exercises that have weights with whatever weight I'm using, and I get to the end and I don't really feel like I'm gonna throw up, then I feel like it's time to upgrade. So then I buy new weights and then I use those. Max calories for minimal time commitment. The other thing that I bought is this bench. It's a cap bench. It's actually very light. So this bench, now that I've, you know, the step stool just isn't doing it anymore. This bench doesn't stay up here. It actually stays in my basement. I just bring it up and down every time I need to work out. Oh, yoga mats. Those are back there. Now let's go to the basement. This is where I keep the bench. The bench goes right there in that corner. And this is also where my barbell goes. I again bought this off Amazon. It's a cap barbell with the weights. I started off with the barbell itself, which weighs 32 pounds, and the weights, each plate is 5 pounds. So in total, they're 40, I guess it's about a 42, 43 pound barbell altogether. And that, I find this is fine for beginner, but I only really just recently bought this. I just bought the barbell maybe like a month ago. It definitely added a lot of needed resistance to my squats and that kind of thing. So there you have it. That's all my equipment. That's all I use. And this is where I store it all. It's not perfect, but I'm trying to get creative with where I put my stuff. So now it's time to get my workout in. watching. If you enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram. Links to everything are down below. I post a lot more of like the daily workout stuff there than I do obviously on YouTube. Bye.